Hello. So I just finished my reading that I was doing on Tina Knowles' relationship with her daughter Beyonce, since I did Solange's relationship with her mother. Now I could do Tina and Beyonce's relationship from Beyonce's perspective, since I just did it from Tina's perspective. However, from reading Tina, I'm actually brought back to their Grammy weekend, and I actually want to look into the event that they did have, because it came up. It was almost the sole focus in my reading that I just did on Tina's relationship with her daughter Beyonce. So I'm going to read Beyonce. Let me floor the water up. Because this ain't anybody that I'm reading. This ain't just anybody. She ain't just anybody. I ain't talking about music-wise. She ain't just anybody. All right. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. I hear chanting. Beyonce holding hands. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. 4 girls. 4, a square. I see a fire in the middle. I see a ray of fire, like a stream of fire emitting from in the middle, where like a fire is planted out towards the 4 girls. In the corner, I see a cross or a star, depending on where you are sitting. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. Harder, louder. Harder, louder. Beyonce, it said soft. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. Beyonce is preparing for rituals. She is days of preparation, 3 days of preparation, 7 days of preparation. She's preparing for rituals. So are the girls, is what I hear. So are the girls. Beyonce, talk to me about the meeting that you all had this weekend and what is to come of your plans. Tell me what you have planned, Beyonce. Tell me what you have planned, Beyonce. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. Look, it's almost time for ritual. Not quite yet. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. Definitely glad my head is protected, like Tina Knowles said when I read her. And I thought she was being funny when I called her up and she said, you better be glad your head covered, because I thought she was coming for me. But no, she knew I was getting ready to read her daughter. And based on how she currently feels about her daughter, she knows. Glad you got your head covered, because my daughter is on something else. Beyonce, what do you have planned? Beyonce is preparing for ritual. And somebody else is being prepared too, ritualistically prepared. I get that they are being kept drugged up, sedated, something to keep them disoriented, sleep, so that they can be prepared, bathed with certain herbs, have their head washed with certain chemicals and herbs. They're being stuffed like a turkey with certain things. I get a mixture of herbs and spices and things like that, heavy on the spices. They smell Arabic almost. I see pig intestine. I see human organ. And it's all sewed, bound together in something like a heart or some type of intestine that's stuffed with stuff as well. And the person is being stuffed like a turkey in preparation for the sacrifice. It's what I see in my mind. So this is all story time with Adina and all for entertainment purposes. This is what Beyonce is getting prepared for. I hear she's not the one doing. She's not the chef. That's what they call it. She's not the chef that prepares the ritual. She's the high priestess that conducts the ritual. So she is hours and hours and hours, maybe even days of chanting. She's being prepared, bathed, perfumed, having her hair prepared ritualistically. She's going through her own process. And the girls that are doing this for her, because they're doing this for her, they chant while they do this, while she's being prepared and the sacrifice is being prepared, allegedly. Challenge is, see, this is in reverse when I read Beyonce's relationship, or Tina's relationship with Beyonce, because this came out in the challenging position behind the Wheel of Fortune, what Beyonce has become, what she's had to become an icon, to become a goddess. This is something that Beyonce has become. And not only that, but the energy that they conjured up in this renaissance, this rebirth, the Fool, this rebirth, they are getting ready to tangibly manifest that energy and use it to launch Beyonce into a new path. Act 2 of the Renaissance is on its way. And I don't know if that means album-wise or not. Act 2 of the Renaissance, though, spiritually, is definitely on its way. It's challenging them, though, because they've had to put it out there publicly. That's a part of the ritual. Them allowing people to know that they even had a meeting, that it didn't seem like a party because the attendees were dressed casually, who all was invited. That's a part of the ritual, having to expose some of it. It's almost like a payment, an accountability factor. Like, we're not wrong because we are doing this in plain sight, so people are aware. It's on them if they choose to act like they don't know that we've got certain things going on and that they don't dig into it. But my subscribers here at Beyond the Veil, all 435 of you, according to where you were last night, you know to look beyond the veil. We're not one of them. We're not a sheep over here. We are enlightened. Something about doing these rituals and putting something out there, breadcrumbs for people who should know better. The rumors have always been out there, but you know, they bank on us, especially the Black community. Ain't none of that shit real. We don't believe in that. Well, recent past, a passing of cups between her and her husband, the priest and the priestess. They both are being prepared ritualistically as the priests and the priestess who are going to preside over this ritual. This is what their meeting was about, which is why it was exclusive and only a select few were able to attend. To discuss ritualistic plans in plain sight. They were talking about secret things in plain sight. And in the near future, they're getting ready to carry it out. I see in the forest, in somewhere in California, If they're still there for Grammy weekend, this could be tonight. I definitely think that it could be tonight. I don't think it'll be on a Monday, but maybe on a moon day. Maybe tomorrow. Tonight, tomorrow. Somewhere in the woods and caves. Because there's places in California, in the hills, with woods and caves and holes and tunnels and all of that. As above in Beyonce's mind, her ritualistic offering. Pentacles in the near future, pentacles on her mind, her offering, their ritualistic offering. Take this, my cup. O ye Molech, O ye Lucifer, O ye Hashatan, whatever they call, whomever they're offering to. That's in Beyonce's mind. The ritual. When I read the brunch, this was in the current action position. Hooded. The whole purpose of the brunch was about a ritual that they're conducting. The Hermit. Star. Star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Lucifer. This is a Luciferian ritual. The fallen star. The morning star. The morning star. The morning star. Who is caged and bound. Azazel, maybe. This is a demon who is bound. They do offerings to him to unleash him through them so that he can be unleashed through them. His worthy vessels. Preparation for sacrifice. Look at all this blue. You know, Jay-Z and Beyonce like their blue. There's a spiritual element behind why they are so fond of blue. A ritualistic. Jay-Z, Beyonce preparing to do a ritual, allegedly. The sun. Part of me feels like this will be done in Hollywood, in California, where the sun is always shining. This could be a child offering. If not, the person that they're offering is virginal, pure. So if they're not a child, they're a minor. They're young enough to be virginal, male or female. And it's going to take place somewhere in California, allegedly. And this has to be done. Not saying that Beyonce isn't equally involved, but hopes and fears now. Now, this is somebody that talks. I don't know if this is Jason Lee, but this is somebody that talks in Beyonce's hopes and fears. A male figure that talks. Or this could be a male figure that someone who was there that might want to back out could leak things to. Beyonce's fear is that this information about what they're planning is going to be leaked. Or some certain details about it that shouldn't be leaked. It's going to be leaked. Part of the reason for them having a more exclusive guest list this year to their not Rock Nation brunch, but their meeting, is so that the things that they discussed and the things that they do don't get leaked to social media by thirsty, lowbrow celebrities that shouldn't be near them in the first place. This feels like Jason Lee because he already has a boner. He already has it out for Beyonce. Methinks this could possibly be Jason. And if he wasn't there, she feels like, I hope everyone there sticks to their non-disclosure, sticks to the agreement, and keeps their silence, and nothing gets leaked to either Harvey, I think that's his name, from TMZ, or Jason Lee. One of them with the platform that wouldn't mind leaking details that don't need to be leaked. They gave them, this could be TMZ guy, because they gave him some of the guest lists on purpose. That was something that they could afford to be leaked. But there are certain things that they can't afford to be leaked. And they hope that what they gave him was enough and that nothing else gets leaked, either to him or to Jason Lee. In the near future, whatever financial woes that they were facing will begin to vanish. The lots of them, because a lot of them have been fighting legal fees, not being able to work because of the strike. Part of this ritual is to get back in good favor with the God that they haven't been able to keep up sacrifices with. I get during the Trump era, they weren't able to continue with their sacrifices because Trump kept throwing monkey wrenches in their underground routes of smuggling children. I know y'all hate to hear me talk about Trump in that way. I don't care about why his reasons were, if they were selfish or not. He was throwing monkey wrenches. They weren't able to do their child sacrifices as much during the Trump era. They weren't able to get the children to those locations because of all the blocks he was putting up on their trade routes. They needed to do this sacrifice so that all the woes that have befallen upon Hollywood would cease. Please, God, please take this offering and remove your hand of wrath from our crop. See, back in the days, imagine the people would go out to their fields and see all of their crop and all of their livestock dead overnight, just overnight. What kind of plague would this be? So whatever God that they serve, they go and they do whatever serious sacrifice they could in order for that God to remove his plague and his wrath from their land, and hope that that works. This is what this is. And it will work a little bit. They'll start making money again. But the trick of the devil is that don't mean he's not going to take his foot off your neck, because he's going to want more sacrifices. He's going to want you to continue doing your sacrifices. So this will only appease him a little bit. Y'all will start making money in Hollywood again. Beyonce and Jay-Z, your court situations, your legal situations, they'll be on the up and up, or at least you will make some money. You'll start making money again. I actually don't want to read this too much because I feel like I just did a really good job exposing what's going on. But I want to look into this happening in Hollywood. There will be somewhere in the hills, in the forest, in the hills, because these are hills. And then this is all this green, lush, somewhere in Hollywood Hills. Maybe not Hollywood Hills directly, but somewhere in California where there are mountains and trees and hills and caves. It'll be somewhere there where they do this offering. It will be a child, a young lad, a young maiden. Sacrifice the hangman. Somewhere in the hills in California, someone's heart will be removed from their body, allegedly. Follow the celebrities if you want to stop this. I want to look into the outcome. There has been a stop on good business in Hollywood. People have getting exposed, strikes, you name it, have befallen these stars. We can't have this anymore. Please take our sacrifice so that we can get back to business as usual again. And that's what this ritual is for. That Beyonce and Jay-Z allegedly are preparing for tonight, tomorrow. And it'll work. It'll work a little bit. All right, you guys. I want to look into the sacrifice itself because I'm still reading Beyonce in her crowning position. Renaissance. Renaissance. That's what I just heard in my mind when I heard that. Act 2 is coming. Spiritually, before it manifests physically, the rituals have to be done for Act 2 to be a success. Like it had to be done for Act 1. Star. Renaissance. Renaissance. The rebirth. That's my Grace Jones from Boomerang. Afterbirth. Rebirth. Renaissance. Renaissance. Star here. Star here. Star here. Renaissance. Because the blood has to be shed, honey, in order for the rebirth. She has to be reborn through the blood, bathed in the blood, freshly pour blood as she lies in a tub, and they pierce the body and pour the blood directly over her, straight from the body, and she bathes in it sensually, even down to her feminine parts, every inch of her body. They all partake in the cups as well. Renaissance. Sudden success for all of them, as if their troubles just go away. Success out of nowhere. Troubles gone. Legal troubles gone. Secret troubles, secret legal troubles gone. For all of you. And for the participants, what do you get? Opportunities. It's like once Beyonce got a taste of what sacrifice could do for her in her early days, and please, to understand what I mean by that, go watch the video that I just posted about Tina and Beyonce's relationship. Once she got a taste of that in her early days, when her mother and father agreed that it was necessary to launch Beyonce from Destiny's Child, once she got a taste of what sacrifice brings, what it does, she never went back. She never looked back. She never went back. She never stopped. And she chose a man ruthless and cutthroat because she knew that he can help her in the areas where she lacked. He could groom her. That's why Beyonce didn't leave him. Even through all of the things that she went through with Jay-Z, she had her own reasons for being with Jay-Z. She wanted him to groom her, make her over into what her father couldn't. She saw in Jay-Z somebody as cutthroat and ruthless and ambitious as she was on the inside. And once she got a taste of sacrifice and realized that it didn't emotionally bother her. You Virgos can be very emotionally. Virgos, Aquariuses, you can be very, very emotionally detached. Capricorns. Taurus is the only earth sign, and that's because it's ruled by Venus that feels the feels. You Virgos, though, you guys can be very cold, cutthroat, ambitious, straight to the point. It has to make sense, logical sense. You're ruled by Mercury. Emotionally, though, emotions don't tend to factor in when it comes to what Beyonce is willing to do for her ambitions. She saw that in Jay-Z, so she was willing to endure because that's what they have in common. Somewhere in Hollywood, in the hills, in the caves, in the forests, there will be chanting, there will be blood. Best of luck to all parties involved with the victim. Bye, guys.